Hey, boys and girls, Breakthrough Health and Life Coach Glenn Hattem here. I'm here with my marketing director, Rachel Fleming.
How's it going?
And we just had a really powerful session going over quite a bit today. We were going over the landscape of a lot of the progress we've been making in multiple areas, everything from how our website's performing to a lot of our Google Analytics, to some of the new tools we're using to follow up with customers that have visited with us, and how can we really present our value in a different format that gets them to engage more with us, and obviously lead to us working with them. And maybe we can share a little bit today, Rachel, about some of the tools that we're now using, and also that might be helpful for folks understanding that when it comes to marketing and it comes to a sales funnel, we really have to understand our clients. We have to really understand their behaviors. We have to understand what it's like in their world, and how our services are really going to help make their life better and easier for them. So maybe Rachel, share a little bit about some of the things we went through today, maybe just brief form, and we can kind of relate that a little bit to our listeners in a way that's helpful to them today.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things that we're working on now, especially with some of our online advertising, is what is called retargeting. So it's people who've already visited the website, they've expressed interest, or they've at least been able to click on one of our ads, something that caught their attention enough for them to go check you out. So we are now retargeting those same people using a handful of different tools between Google Analytics, Facebook Pixels, all kinds of tools that exist out there for us to be able to grab that data and then retarget these people. Because when we're talking about, a life coaching program, these people might want to think about it for a few weeks. So if we're hitting them the first time and then coming back around and hitting them with another ad, and then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember this Glenn guy. He looked really good, so I'm going to go check him out again. And we're going to keep getting those touches on some of these people who might be interested in working with you. And then on the other side of that, we're working on some of that messaging within the website of, where are people's real pain points? Why are they even looking for a life coach? Using your expertise as, the actual coach working with them, using my expertise as somebody who knows the internet and people's behaviors really well, meshing those together. And where are we really going to get people where they feel like you're going to be able to help them? And I think that's what I love about working with you, Glenn, is that you're very passionate about this and you really want to help people. We're not a scam. We're not some group of people out there that just wants to take people's money. I genuinely believe in what you're doing, and you genuinely believe that these people can reach their true potential, and working with you to create that is just an absolute honor.
Thank you. And what are the challenges then with working with someone like myself who's genuinely just so passionate coming out of my fingers here? We had a call today that we covered a lot of terrain, and it was just like boom, boom, boom. We went, page by page through website, page by page through the different social media platforms. And like, how do you hone as a professional, and your unique expertise? You have to deal with folks like myself who are like kind of all over the place, organized in a certain fashion in our mind and our heart, but all over the place. I'm like, okay, what about this? So don't want to forget about that item over here. And like, I know you're always just like scribbling as fast as you can, taking notes down. And yeah, maybe just talk about how you work with a passionate business owner who has this vision, and wants to exercise multiple paths to be successful. And maybe share a little bit about how you engage with me, because I always feel so at ease and I can just relax, even though I'm going a million miles an hour with you, covering so much turf. Maybe just share a little bit about that, because you have a unique skill set that just blows me away. So
yeah. Well, thank you. I always enjoy working with people who have a high passion for what they're doing. That's why working with the business owner themselves is it's an incredible honor and a huge pleasure to be able to work with somebody like that, because you have all of this information in your head and you've got all of this knowledge and expertise about the industry, about the people that you work with, about the people that you want to work with. And we have paragraphs and paragraphs of text, which on one side, people might think, oh, that's way too much. What are you doing? But in my mind, it's like, look at this gold mine of stuff we can work with. Let's take little bits and pieces. There's different ways we can do it. Let's bullet this one. Let's throw this one into an accordion. That one we don't really need. We can cut that one out, and then really create a full, well-rounded website and social media experience for people with all of this information that you have. So it makes it a lot easier. I'm not, pulling teeth trying to get information out of you. You're just a wealth of knowledge. And where my expertise is taking that, paring it down to like a good, well-rounded website experience for these people.
Yeah, and here's a question that I'd love to have you answer. A great on what you've shared thus far. The question I have that as a lot of us business owners, we don't always understand that this particular task for Rachel to do is 5 seconds, and this one is 5 minutes, and this is like 5 hours, and this one's going to take us about 5 weeks. We're just trying to move down this list of the shit that needs to get done. And when you're taking this information in and you're what I love is you communicate so powerfully and consistently in between time between like, here's the list, and you're communicating back to me what's getting done. But how is it that I guess there's a unique way that you go about communicating with me. Like, I know when you say like, okay, cool, we're getting it done. It's getting done. And it's getting done in a very time efficient way, but you're taking all these different tasks that require such different skill sets and different timeframes. Like when you're working behind the scene, maybe to explain this to like the business owner who doesn't know that you are like batching things, I'm assuming, with not just me, but other clients that you're working with, and you're going like, this is what I'm working on, these things. This is because I'm assuming you have a creative time of day where you do certain types of tasks best, right? Or there's an efficiency way of doing things. Me, I'm just like, okay, let's get this done. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. And you, I'm assuming, circle through things.
Yep.
You could share that a little bit, because that would be helpful for the working relationship of the business owner and then this creative person that does design and writing and editing and all these things. So kind of a long-winded ask, but
yeah, no worries. It's all about priority. So, when we're talking about some of these massive ideas that we've had and these huge visions that you have about what you want your brand to become, we have to just prioritize, right? So it's like, sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, 100,000 Instagram followers, that might be a Q2 thing, or maybe, a June 2022 goal, or maybe even April. But let's building out the landing page where real leads from your funnel are going to be hitting. That's a high priority because we want eyeballs on this right now. So, I mean, a lot of it is just priority. Time management is a skill I had to learn a long time ago. Anybody who works, from home or from an office or from a cabin in the mountains is going to need to be able to really effectively manage their time. And I can't let myself get into a rabbit hole of something that should take 5 minutes and let it take me 5 hours, because we have so much that we have to be getting done. So it's just a big time management thing. And, there's all kinds of different apps that I have. I've got one of my most used apps on my phone is a checklist app of here's all these different things. And there's just part of my brain that I will write something on a list just to be able to cross it off. It's like, oh, I didn't write that on the list, but I'm going to write it now so I can cross it off because I know I got it done. So a lot of it is just, that basic organization and time management, which is easy to say and hard to do, but it just takes years and years of practice.
Yeah. Rachel, thank you so much for everything that we're doing, and thank you for your time today. I'm going to leave this as a cutoff point for next week's share, because next week let's plan on we'll share some of the great success stories we've had thus far.
Yeah.
Just because I think we haven't gotten into that yet, but I believe in these coaching conversations we're having together and shared with others. There's just a lot. There's so much happening, such good stuff, and I'm feeling I'm riding my edges at times. And with you in my corner, I feel like I know this sounds more scary to you, but like sky's the limit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we like to hear, and
Yeah.
it's good to know that with the way that we work together,
Yeah.
we can reach that.
Absolutely. And I feel that being able to deliver with my clients and my promises there as well. So
Yep.
thank you for today, and everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.